It's raining in Trinidad and Tobago, people.
Raining, rain. When it's raining, we let it rain.
You know what they say this weather for, right?
From
Among other
It's that
things.
we're
What
that
if
kind of mood right now in the bar right now with this kind
Better
of
to drink
vibe.
homemade wine. That was better for.
rum, homemade wine. And
Yeah.
you want any bottle or the next kind?
Ah.
Hey, you can get the best of both worlds. Who vex?
Oh,
Yes,
Right,
people.
man.
Welcome to the old talk where we do exactly that. We all talk on a Sunday, you know, a real virtual bar vibes. In the house with me, we got the man Devin, we got Greg B, Mark, and Darren.
yo.
Cheers, gentlemen. Cheers. I
Yeah.
know it's raining all over Trinidad and
Cheers.
Tobago. And I know in Miami, if it's not raining now, it's gonna be raining soon. Good
Sky
afternoon.
set up the storm up here as well too. So
Yeah.
time.
So you know, some mad cobra back in the day vibes. Good afternoon to Martin, Philip, Alan, and Kess, all on the inside early.
Nice, man.
Well, gentlemen, I mean, I don't know how much times you talk about Frankie De Jong, really. How much times, boy?
Well, Darren clearly put it in the name already. Fed up.
You know what I mean? How much times you can talk about Frankie, boy?
I'm fed up.
So much time.
He was go down that hill and be like, fed up.
I fed up.
Listen, with Ericsson coming in, honestly, he may not be able to play most, well, I'm not saying most, he will be able to play all the games. We could use Ericsson as a deep line playmaker, you know. I mean, come on.
Well,
he played there already.
the problem is what Frankie brings defensively. Nobody talks about Frankie from a defensive standpoint. But let's remember that at Barcelona has deployed Frankie as a CDM. They even play Frankie as a center back in a couple of games. Wasn't a lot, but they even played Frankie as a center back. So you know we need
fun fact with that as well too, that he started off at Ajax as a center back.
You understand? So I don't think we could expect that from Eriksen. You can't expect that defensive work from Eriksen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we could expect it from Martinez, though.
True. Alan, you're not drinking. You gotta get something, but even if it's a cup of water, you can't come in the bar and don't drink, man.
Alan. Soccer ice or some kind of thing now.
Well, just so that Alan had by the next rounds, days old.
Well said.
By snow cone or some kind of thing self now. What happened, by?
Oh gosh, Mark.
Punching snow cone. I hear it tastes good.
Cup of ice at least.
Some kind of thing, buddy.
I hear the punching snow cone. This tastes good. You know, I see a couple guys sharing Darren's sentiment, but more than that, because you could be fed up with the length of the deal, but they weren't complaining about that because I think we were frustrated how long it's taken. But we all recognize it is not Manchester United; it is Barcelona holding up the deal.
Facts.
Barcelona and Frankie. But I see some United
supporters. It's not Barcelona. Sorry to cut you. It's not Barcelona at all. It's solely Frankie. And Barcelona
I like drinking something right now. Sorry.
Barcelona wanted to make sure that it was on him, eh?
Yeah,
that's how they're trying to spin it.
If they give Frankie his money, he would go.
If they stop singing that song for Frankie will be happy, you know. Every time he asks for money, they're singing, I do have. Yeah, they do have.
And all right now, all he's singing is Rihanna's song. Bitch, better have my money.
Yeah. You better have my money.
Kess was saying we definitely gonna get that defensive work rate from Martinez. Kess, what you drinking, boy? What we drinking today, Kess? We have home by you there. What is the scene?
I don't see Alan say white out kind of thing, boy.
You know, as I say in the group, I was a couple groups. Men was sounding like if it's Manchester United of old.
Yeah, boy.
And I had to remind them that it's not Manchester United of old. Yes, we frustrated. Oh, Kess drinking some homemade wine. Nice vibes, man.
That's what we talking about.
Yeah, and I glad you remind them. Because I was looking for the right set of words to put together. But I just wasn't finding it.
Because let's be real. We spent 3 seasons, 2 summer and 1 January window running down Sancho. And 3 windows. We did all our business on the last day of the window.
Yep.
3. Right?
Yeah.
Some was good business in Cavani. Some was weird business in Igalo. Some was totally insane business in Palestri and Ahmad. Right? Spending a certain money on youth players that have never really featured for Manchester United as yet. You know, and this is not, we have signed 3 players. Manchester United has officially signed 3 players. The window still have over 5 weeks.
No,
and men melting down. I try to understand why we melting down. We could be frustrated with this deal, but we can't behave like if it was how things were before, because it is not.
Yeah.
Clearly is a different situation.
Darren, when last you checked the website, big man? Because they announced on Martinez today, you know?
Yeah.
They say that they agreed terms. They didn't say you officially signed.
Well, that's only because you know,
subject to medical
with some pump, and the medical had to be finished. And actually, they said why, because the paperwork with his work permit.
Correct. So if you being very particular, you know, it's not official, but we know.
No, we had this same issue. We had this same issue with Marcus Rojo, and we still unveiling, man. So,
today is Sunday, so we're gonna have to wait for the people to open the offices on Monday to finish the paper.
They ain't like we so much they're gonna open. Even like, it's Manchester United. Okay, no, come on. No, they're not going to do that.
Only remember,
just doing medical.
We had to wait a whole week before we could, I think, Ralph, because of that same
exactly
permit business.
And Christy just doing medical there by police and police admin building.
Yeah. I'll be carry a uniform for him.
Nah, they are now come from, so you got to go.
For anybody who don't know what Mark is talking about, there's a meme going around saying that Police FC, which is a Trinidad and Tobago football club, associated with the police force, because Army also has their own defense force. Yeah, Police FC paid 30 million TT for Cristiano Ronaldo, and you know he's having his medical right now. That's the meme, and I consider it very funny.
That works out about what, 3 million euros or something like
that? I went and sharing the meme all over.
Lucky it's not 2 million, it's not 50 million Zimbabwean dollars.
29 something.
They say 50 million Zimbabwean dollars equivalent to two cow and a goat.
So much more than real beef for them.
So we have people from Nigeria watching the show.
For me, I looking at it as this is a new era. You know, before we even get to playing football on the field to start the season, clearly we're seeing the effects of the backroom changes. Because I don't know about all you, but when you see older heads, when you see Matt Judge and these fellas getting fired, I've been crying about Matt Judge and Edward Wood for so long. You know, when you see these guys get fired, there's always the part of you in the back of your mind that like, okay, we're getting rid of these guys, but will there be change? You know what I mean? Correct. Will stuff really change? And when I look at this window compared to the windows that we have had in the past, I am seeing change. How do you guys feel about it so far?
Well, to add to what you're saying, right? I saw it today on one of the groups I'm in, and I had to agree with it. We have successfully gotten first choice players for all the positions that we get players for thus far. All the positions that those players play in, they were our first choice players.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Which is coming to think about it, is like a 180-degree turn. Like, yo, this is so refreshing. And I try to understand why the fans...
Is that why that's happening?
Yeah, why the fans still... What is the problem? This is the very first summer. Man, now come in. And look at how much difference already occurring. When you watch the preseason games, you're literally seeing the men playing with a different philosophy They looking like they know what they're doing. Players more mobile. It's like, what is all the problem?
Because we live in the generation of instant gratification.
Yeah,
They expect everything right away, and it's like that's why like people are panicking when we didn't sign anybody. They said there's still a lot of window to go.
That last game,
and I am so glad that they did what my one fear was, and they did not do that. My big fear was that they were going to spend the whole window chasing down Frankie de Jong, and the last day repeating the same process over and over again. Thank God they did not do that this time. So you know what? I am actually very pleased with this right now. And you know what? If Frankie comes, cool. I'd be happy. If he does not, you know what? It also draws the line in the sand, and I'm okay with that for now.
Yeah.
You have to think of.
I think it's Frankie aside. Sorry, Greg. Frankie aside. I think we have two more signings that we're looking for.
Correct.
A right back and a striker.
Yes.
So doing business.
Exactly.
If he doesn't come, I'm pretty certain we could get players to fill that gap of quality and get the job done still.
And then on top of that, guess what? We have the January transfer window as well too to attack it again if we so need be. But the fans need to relax for a little bit right now. Relax. Don't get gray here prematurely.
I don't know if they know how.
Go drink something. Go do whatever you want to do and just calm down. They're doing the business. Fine.
Wait, man, you know that thing it does have break gas in case of emergency. I mean, done shatter the glass already, and the season ain't start yet. The glass done mash up.
I tell you, serious. I think Martin Phillip hit it on the nail on the head here, boy. Martin say habit is hard to overcome, and I feel like
he ain't tell no lie there at all.
Administration for so long that now that we have good administration, men still getting flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
They're traumatized, PTSD.
Men waking up in the night and bowling Woodward. Woodward. First men getting flashbacks.
No more we laughing, but as a fan base, we really are traumatized. We expect the worst.
And Alan is saying because we haven't signed a marquee signing, that is why. But
okay, that's fine.
These are the same fans. Just now, guys. These are the same fans that have been like, oh, United has spent so much money behind players. When we go in and get nuggets, when we go in and get good players a certain level without the high price tag. And that is what Malacia, Martinez is not cheap. But when you look at a man who has been the best player at his club, given the player at the season award, who has a nickname in Dutch football, you understand, for being so aggressive. When you get a high quality player for that price, we had to consider that a steal.
Correct.
Exactly. Look Dillit hardly play football. Look how much Juve won for him.
Let's not forget he is in the 1% of centre backs in Europe. He probably one of the best centre backs in Europe.
We get a man of Christian Eriksen quality and vintage on a free. You know, these are the kind of things
on 150 a week wages, regular wages.
Exactly.
A lot of people would have expected us to overpay for players like that and get them ridiculous money to play for us. I mean,
if Ed was there,
these were all the things we were saying. This is what we want to see. We want to see this. We want to see that. Everything we were saying, all of us on this panel, men in all the groups I saw, men were saying, "Oh, why United do you this? Why United do you that?" Everything we were saying, we seeing it now. And men
shocking. Men in shocking.
That's just it. It's like nobody is understanding what's being happening because like they talk about wanting to change, but then when things don't happen so fast, they expecting Woodward type movements. How is that changing if you want the same thing to happen over and over again?
That you have to for madness.
So what is the definition of insanity again?
That exactly. Yeah. Exactly that.
What's it now? It's too good to be true for some of them, you know. It's too good.
I know what to do. Pinch yourself, choke yourself with a pin, something, because it's happening.
And this is like one of those times where the fans they could talk and do and whatever, but I've just learned how to have selective hearing now at this point. Yes, I understand we have a social media presence. We're going to speak about this, but it's not worth me wasting my energy to explain it because their opinion is not going to change. Yep. So they can't waste that. Let them stress out.
We can't waste our breath waiting for these people to recognize what's going on around them. If they want to be blind, ignorantly to willfully ignorant to what's going on, then that's on them.
We don't have to wait too long because I suspect we are going to have a very good start to the season. And I just want to let it be known. When January comes around and February and men start balling, 21 is coming. Remember, I said it first. Okay. I seen it since the end of last season.
Martinez is wear 21. Frankie is wear 21. Erickson is wear 21. So they say 21 coming.
Chad, today I went to buy a jersey, right? And I ain't buy it's not a football jersey, it's a normal jersey, but you know money jersey is 21, right? And I remember it, right? So 21 really coming. You send me the lot of numbers when the show done now.
It's a side. So we hearing talk that the club might be looking at men like Tony from Brentford.
Yeah, Ivan Toney, yeah.
What you all think about Ivan Toney coming to United? How you feel about that, David?
I would not mind it. It gives competition at the striker role to go along with Martial. As far as I'm concerned right now, I think Ronaldo's out the door, so we need to provide Martial with some competition to get the best out of both of them. And as long as you could get a decent fee from Brentford for it, it's I really don't see it as that much of a risk. Don't forget he scored 12 goals last season on a newly promoted Brentford side. So there's potential there as well. So yeah. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, well, I always say, see them men on them who looking to make a name for themselves and coming from a team like, well, let's say Brentford, and people balling, but who is he? He never do nothing. Them are the kind of men that surprise people. You know? Because if I'm wrong, that's the same thing they say about Salah. Yeah, son. When Liverpool take him from Southampton.
Let me read that, guys.
No, that was
I remember when Jose Mourinho.
Mane, sorry.
Mane, yes. Mane.
Mane.
Yeah, Southampton.
Yeah, but as a side note, I remember when Jose Mourinho was at Chelsea. And he brought Salah on, and Salah had scored a goal, and Salah never really made it into that first breakout into that first team. He went to Italy. He was good. He wasn't great. The man come back from Italy. I don't know about any attacking Italian players that hit the ground in England and run like Salah. Normally, you get from Spanish players. What do you remember? Is Muchu his name was?
Muchu, yeah.
Muchu. You know, and he just come and he was ripping because of the pace of the Spanish league.
The best bargain ever. 2 million.
Yeah, men could come and do that. But from Italy, to come from Italy to the Premier League and do what Salah has been doing is unreal. I can't think of another player that has done it. You all could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know of another attacking Italian player that come from Italy to the Premier League and put in that kind of output.
No, but going back to the Tony question, Tony would provide a different dynamic to the Tony that we currently have. Yeah, the Tony that we currently have is not pure out and out striker. You know, he's not good with the head because he in the preseason. A nice ball to head in, like he don't understand how to head a ball in. He do have that poaching ability. He could create his own space, but you need a man with that hunger. So when you play in a team with who have a low block and a man with winning a ball and them a bubble up, you need a man who does always have a knack for being in the right place at the right time.
A scraps man, I call him a scraps man.
Yeah.
Basically a poacher. That's what you're looking for. Poacher.
Yeah, Ivan too.
Yeah.
You want a mystery type player.
Yeah.
Or even an Inzaghi.
A man right there to tap in them scraps man and them.
Or if you want to go more recent, Chicharito.
But that was the man just a knocker that's always been in the right place at the right time.
Correct.
No, don't get me wrong. Ivan Toney's work rate, Ivan Toney's selflessness, his hold up play is good. His ability to spray the ball and get other players involved is really good. But when I saw us linked to Ivan Toney, you know, my first thought was, who Brentford going and buy if we buy Toney?
They already have somebody right line up.
If we could find out who that is, we're going to buy him first now. Because Brentford have a way. They just sell dudes and they just get dudes who do ever be worse. They either will be same
Yes.
output or
whatever.
better output.
They are the real life version of. They
Yeah,
are the
because
real
you
life.
understand
You
it.
ever seen
Who
the movie?
Brentford had line up, boy, all they go and get rid of Tony. Them have to have somebody line up.
Yes, correct. Yes, like they are the real life version of Moneyball when it comes to
Yeah.
where like you don't have a lot of money, but whatever team they have back there, like we don't need the players. We need that those people who are running behind the scenes doing.
Yeah, I tell myself, you know what? If I could have find out if the club could find out who that guy is. Let me just forget to leave Tony there and go and buy that guy. Just go and buy you one time.
Yeah,
because
let me find out who that man is. Forget Tony and buy that man.
The kind of ball that Brentford will play definitely will be different for the kind of ball that we're gonna play. And more than likely that player that they get in not going and be that high caliber player or could fit into that kind of team. Tony has the ability to do that.
Yeah, because people saying them men and them get mixed up. Is Anthony Tenag say he wants not Tony? Okay, I think people say it.
DJ Fono in the inside, he's saying we are really going after a West Ham level player to become our new number 9.
Haller was from West Ham, wasn't he?
Leave Ivan Tony where he is.
That's an interesting take.
No, well, I mean, to be honest with you, that is also another thing that came to my mind as well. Apart from what I said, right? If we're looking to go after Tony, let's go after who they're going after to replace Tony. But the other thing is, if you look at Tony's figures, most of those 12, not most, I'm not gonna lie, about 4 of those goals were penalties, right? So in terms of actual play, Tony played almost every game. He missed maybe 2 games from a knock, right? He played almost every game, 90 minutes. He never used to get subbed, and he had under 10 goals in active play. When you look at Ilanga's output, if Ilanga played more minutes, I'm sure Ilanga would have scored more goals. So is Ivan Tony really an upgrade at Manchester United? I'm talking about Ilanga. I ain't talking about Rashford, Sancho, or Martial.
We need to take it from a holistic standpoint. Who are the players behind Tony and who are the persons behind Ilanga? Who bringing the ball? You know?
No, I hear all of that. But you know, men will talk about stats. And I was just looking at it from a stats perspective. You know, if Ilanga played close to the minutes Tony had, he would have had better, you know. So I understand where Inferno would be saying, well, we don't need that kind of player, right? You see the difference between what's this guy name? Nunez. Darwin Nunez was the fact that his potential is up there. Tony is what, like 27?
How about that?
What you're seeing is where again. It's not like a 18-year-old doing what Tony doing.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of comes into place still, Chad, that, you know, sometimes the players can only thrive off of the service they're getting. I mean, it's kind of like what you would get from a Tony Cruz, you're definitely not gonna get from a Scott McTominay. So you basically wanna know that you're going to a place where you're getting upgrade, and you're basically gonna get proper service so you can get a better output in the end of the day.
I'm not disagreeing with what anybody's saying. I'm just saying that I could understand DJ Inferno's sentiment, because I myself was thinking, you know, that, and you all know I share that. Like, you know, well, there are things about Tony I like. There are things about him fitting into. I could see him fitting into the team, but there's a real question mark on, is he really an upgrade?
Yeah, well, my question to DJ Funo is this. I mean, if you have better suggestions as number 9s that you think will be readily affordable for United to go for, feel free to put them in the comments.
Getting a good under 50 million striker is a hard thing to do, right?
And that's exactly my point. So him putting that in the comments, I'd be very hard pressed for him to find anybody that we could get readily available for under that kind of money.
I check Lewandowski.
Boy, best we send Brent Sam from
Mbassa agree with that already. Mbassa agree with him already.
Yeah. Lewandowski on his way to Spain.
They pretty much have a silhouette for his announcement already there. So
what you all think about Che Adams?
I like Che Adams.
That's even more of a downgrade than Tony.
So
but Che Adams is younger. Che Adams is younger and he could be developed.
So I was actually thinking about Ollie Watkins.
Aston Villa might want to would command that price. I just feel it. I feel
I can't see Oli leaving
especially
for
with
less
Gerrard
than
as their
50.
manager. Gerrard will probably do everything to blackball us from getting Ollie Watkins.
Only remember how much money they pay for Ollie Watkins from same Brentford.
Like what?
They
10
paid
million
that thing about 30 something, and Brentford was in the championship at the time.
What is this?
And they paid 30 something. Now that he's in the Premier League,
Yeah,
they
they're
know
gonna
what
want
money
more.
to ask
They're
for.
definitely gonna want more. They want double that amount if you can imagine.
I appreciate this suggestion here from DJ Inferno. Belotti. What do you think about Belotti?
He's an old guy.
Nah, Belotti in past 28. Don't do him that.
He's an old guy.
Don't do him that. Man, he's an old guy stressing up.
The thing with Belotti, I've noticed a lot of times in some games when he played for Torino, is
So
that he tends to be very.
Belotti is 28.
Right, man is 28.
Yeah, but the thing I noticed with him a lot of times in some games when he plays for Torino is that he tends to get isolated very easily. And that could be a problem. If you're not making yourself readily available, if you can't lose your markers as a striker, it's gonna be frustrating.
Well, actually, it looks like he's a free
Ollie
agent
Watkins
right now,
is the next Martial, yes?
Nah, don't do Martial that now, man.
We have that already.
Oh, God.
So hold on, wait. Actually, this actually Inferno might have a point here because Belotti is available on free.
That's probably the only thing that could probably still make us go in that direction.
He was an actual shout in certain spaces. I do a lot of.
But you remember when we were actually interested and they were calling 120 million and we were like,
yeah.
Nah, we ain't that.
And that was after just one 20+ goal last season.
Yeah, I think
Just
it was
one,
One.
If they had called 80, we would have had Belotti would have been a Manchester United player. But they called 120 and we were like, nah. Forget that.
At 28 years old?
A man, well, obviously at the time he wasn't 28.
He's like
25, I'm saying that it's not a matter of an upgrade. It's more of a stopgap. A stopgap for what, boy? When I see CR7 he was leaving at the end of next season, we need another striker.
We had a thing for the future.
Unless Alan, you know something we don't know about Mason Greenwood. And it's thinking we're just buying somebody to hold straight. I don't know.
Alan like he got strong.
Another player that I was thinking of that I thought we could have really gone for years ago, but I haven't heard much from him since, is this Polish player, Krzysztof Piatek. I think he played for AC Milan years ago. I can't remember where he is. I know he's in the Bundesliga now, but he was very lethal at one point, and I would have loved to have had him.
Devin, what's the name of the Is Hugo? Is the name of the striker?
Joe Hugo.
Yeah, we only have one striker in the academy of note right now, and that is Joe Hugo. Excuse me, and I don't even think Hugo not on the tour end.
No.
Yeah, we have attacking minded players, but not
we don't
strikers.
We don't have out and out strikers. Yeah.
Garnacho is not a striker.
No, he's a winger.
McNeil's another one as well too.
Is not a striker.
Yeah, Charlie McNeil's another option too.
Christopher is saying we need an upgrade, and Tony is not it, and Belotti is not it. Well,
so
we have. Go ahead, Devin.
So for me, it's like, all right, if you can't find somebody, you also, when I'm thinking about this way, I'm thinking squad depth. Because you have a long season, you have lots of changes going that can be made across here, and you need to make sure that you prevent as many injuries from overexhaustion as possible. So when you look at it from that point, you might not have the striker that you want right now, but you could easily get Belotti on a free for a 1 or 2 year deal until you find the striker that you actually want, or maybe
who knows?
Or maybe one of the academy prospects develops. So for me, I actually would not mind the Belotti signing.
You know what did they say? Can't go wrong with free.
Yeah, I mean, nothing lost there pretty much.
But what I also seen a lot of people, DJ Inferno, Alan suggesting Calvert-Lewin.
Yes, but how much is Calvert-Lewin going to cost?
They just lost Richarlison. You think they're gonna just let them Calvert-Lewin go cheap?
If they had been relegated, then that could have been a possibility.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they lost Richarlison, like Greg B just mentioned. They're going to be relying on him, and it's also, don't forget, you have the English Premier League homegrown. Yeah, so of course they're going to put a hefty fee on him.
And then of course the ever famous Manchester United tax.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah, but also we had to have an injury reduction as well. Everything you all say is correct, but the man last season was not good. He come back from injury, and I don't think he scored once. You know what I mean? So he is a risk. Well, if he did, he only scored one. He is a risk. Let me tell you something. I remember waiting for this guy. I had such confidence in Clive Lewin when he came back. As soon as he started back to play, I buy the man in my fantasy team. I was like, this guy going to ball out. But he didn't last very long.
He really ball out.
He popped up.
who's another player I feel sorry for whoever had him in the fantasy, Patrick Bamford.
Yeah, boy. Patrick Bamford.
I made a joke years ago that Patrick Bamford is a mixture between Erling Haaland and a Sunday League striker, and there's no in between with this man.
Well, yeah, there is one mistake I will not make with fantasy again this year. I will not bring Mitrovic into my fantasy side. Absolutely not. No,
I made that in the past. I'm not getting caught up in that. Oh, he scored 30-something.
Nope. I have been burned by that.
Championship is the man's ceiling. That's where he thrives. When it comes to going a step up in the Premier League,
coach, so the style would be different, and they shouldn't write him off. I don't know.
Another striker, I think, if he was any younger, would have been Callum Wilson. Something about him is that if he was younger and he was injury prone, and he wasn't as injury prone, I would have taken him.
Newcastle in selling Wilson. Wilson right now they consider the most keep. How about Nkunku?
Nkunku doesn't strike me as a out and out striker. He's more like a 10, and he can tend to play wide. So as regards to what we're looking for, a direct striker, Nkunku doesn't tick that box for me.
A man calling an old name here, but
how much out and out strikers it have in the world right now?
And that's just it.
Good ones.
Good one.
This mention. Well,
why are we still knocking on Harry Kane? Harry Kane's clearly not leaving Tottenham now.
Best we go for Jamie Vardy.
Brother man.
Yeah, understand?
That was actually a suggestion from a writer for our notable sporting that magazine.
Just because it was from a notable writer doesn't mean it's a good suggestion. So
when you check it, it's not much good out and out strikers like long time.
You disagree? It's not a good suggestion.
I mean, and you know that the pickings are slim.
Exactly.
When somebody who has had one good season could go for 100 million.
Easy, yeah.
You
just score about 30 goals in a season. You sure next season somebody buying it for 100.
I mean, who else people gonna mention? Next thing they're gonna tell we to take Martin Braithwaite from Barcelona, all kind of crap.
You all know who I would love to see at United. And I know people that say, oh, he will be at this and that in the dressing room. And I don't think so, because I think we have a strong.
Don't tell me Icardi. Don't tell me Icardi.
I would love to see Icardi play for Manchester United.
Absolutely not.
Icardi would
Absolutely not.
in the Premier League.
No.
He and Martial gonna be running competition for who could take somebody else, girl.
So like you're going to go horn the most like that. Not happen with that. Like absolutely not.
Once you score 10 goals, you get shit. First the 10 goals get shit.
Exactly. We need that horror man behavior inside. No.
But
we don't need that.
Putting aside Icardi's of the field
extracurricular activities.
Purely from a footballing standpoint, wouldn't you love to see Icardi in the red of Manchester? Boy?
No.
At a previous time, when he was being prolific at Inter Milan, I would have loved him. But even the Inter Milan fans didn't like him at one point. They used to boo the man, and he was the captain for the team.
Isn't the point of the rebuild now to get away from drama, from players who bring drama with them? It doesn't matter how skillful they are.
Thank you.
It's exactly why these rumors about Neymar to United. I say no, absolutely not.
I agree with Kes.
Kes is saying if let's just say Dybala, because he's madness.
He's another one that's available on a free. So
it running joke with that. They say that basically Dybala rejecting clubs and clubs rejecting Ronaldo.
bring everybody. Dybala say he's willing to take 100,000 a week. Bring Dybala. I sure we could get Balotti to sign for 100, 120. Bring Balotti, bring everybody, throw them out there who ain't work good. Cut it short.
I say you give them 2-year contracts with the option for a third year. If you
Think
do
or
it.
swim.
But from the way how the transfer window going, all these signings are going around and stuff. I just feeling as though we're going to have a surprise signing, probably not just for United, but in window itself, like a real
There's so much time
Ronaldo
for
to
anything
Chelsea.
to transpire.
Nah.
Let me tell you something. I know all the news is saying Ronaldo to Chelsea dead.
Hello.
That deal ain't happening again. To Chelsea
Bayern.
not interested.
Bayern.
All kind of thing.
Going on loan to Sporting.
I am telling you.
He's going to Bayern.
I am telling you. I still feel somewhere in my mind. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if Ronaldo ended up going to Chelsea. And that would be a surprise.
I could
think
see
people
Bayern,
know
I could see
expect
Bayern Munich before Chelsea for the sole reason that he has a better chance of winning Champions League there than at Chelsea.
I don't see why Bayern writing it off, because if they're losing Lewandowski, I understand. I wouldn't bring Ronaldo if I have Lewandowski, right? 230-something-year-olds don't make sense. But if you're losing one, you could bring in Ronaldo.
You already think that CR, as selfish as he appears to be, want to tarnish his legacy at United by playing for a club like Chelsea?
The man tarnishing his legacy as it is right now.
Yeah. I don't think he cares about that right now with all these rumors that are coming out and whatever.
He's so hell bent on just being in the Champions League.
At the same time, we actually don't know for certain if it's actually family issues or not. We could all speculate and we all can have our opinions on it, because if it is true and it comes out to like that is true, and we're talking bad mouthing a man like this, that's gonna look real bad on us too. But of course, hindsight's 2020. But if that's just an excuse on the other side for him trying to leave, then his legacy would be tarnished too. So it's a very tough topic to speak about. But my personal belief is that he's going to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, and I would prefer, if he is to leave, that he goes to Bayern Munich, because
Of course.
Most United fans would prefer
that he go outside of the Premier League. He could go anywhere.
Not just outside, to Bayern, because I know he wants to win in all the major leagues.
Correct.
Germany is the only
let's see. So he's trying to basically emulate what Beckham did. It seems like you go across different countries, win in different countries. He's won in 3 different countries now. I'm trying to think who has won across in more countries. Bex.
Seedorf won in Holland, Spain, Italy. I think he won something in Brazil too.
A man say a CR7 move would kill Sir Alex.
No, I don't feel so, And as far as I'm concerned, I really don't care about Sir Alex's opinion about Ronaldo right now, because it should be all about Ten Hag and building the team that he wants. So, and that is no slight on Sir Alex. He's obviously the best manager we ever had, but it's Ten Hag's team now. It's not Sir Alex's team.
Yeah.
So focus on Ten Hag and go on from there.
I agree with Christopher on this. City got the best long-term top flight signing in Haaland.
Yeah, they did.
Haaland was definitely the prize
until further notice.
Yeah, Haaland was the prize this window.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we got Roddy from Raiola with that, because all he wanted him.
Well, we didn't, people let's talk about the rodeo of Manchester United. We didn't want the rodeo. We didn't want to take him with that clause of that 75 million release clause, knowing fully well that in 2 years, Raiola would have taken him out.
And say, hey, I'll ship him to somewhere else.
We didn't want that, and I, even though it was Woodward and them fellas, and I very rarely ever have anything good to say about them, I respect the club for not signing him with that clause on the contract. Because we know he would have been at the club for 2 seasons, and he would have been gone.
Yeah, and people were making that same uproar from Reguilon when he went to Tottenham, but that was the same thing that was in place.
You could
Spurs
imagine he
signed him.
left United for City. That'd be
That'd have been
crazy.
Tevez all over again. That'd have been Tevez all over again.
Guys, I come back. I need a refill.
They're a Bondongi house.
That would have caused all kind of headaches.
That would be real problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Haaland going to City from United. We could do without that.
Yeah, let Haaland.
And I
Tell the deal with Haaland, man.
I don't think Haaland wanted to go.
What's that?
Yeah.
What Ole told him?
Oh
Yeah. But you could repeat it for those who may not have heard.
They tell him, congratulations, signing for the worst part of Manchester. Nothing wrong with that, man.
I'll take a sip to that.
It reminds me of that time someone who's a City supporter in Trinidad was telling me how when we signed Ericsson only going there for the money. Dies it. I said, so what City players really going there for mainly? You think they're just going there just because they love the club? Boy, please.
I mean, we could understand maybe he supported that City a little bit as a child because of his father.
Yeah.
And but a lot of players see coming to the Premier League as upward mobility. You know what I mean? So
because it's basically the most marketable league, it's the most profitable league, and
well, I don't want to do that for your brand.
Yeah, it had good reasons to go to City.
Look at Martinez. Statistically, he's being touted as one of the best centre backs in Europe, but nobody really know about Martinez, and he's saying otherwise.
And mind you, in the Champions League last season, he pocketed a certain someone that just signed for City.
Correct.
People are going to know about him now.
Correct. And that's the next thing too. People saying his stats going to drop because he's going to be paired with Harry Maguire. What he brings to the table would actually make Harry Maguire look better, because the mistakes that Harry would make, he most definitely go in and cover
I
up.
always say that. Put Harry Maguire next to a world-class centre back.
He would be.
And he'll look good.
Correct. You remember when we think about Vidic and Rio, one was the ball carrier, and one
was a pit bull.
Yeah. No, Martinez has both of those abilities. Very aggressive. Exactly. And he is probably one of the best ball playing centre backs in Europe, because he has the ability to whip the ball and find spaces, and he's a left-footed centre back as well. So I personally think where Harry has a deficiency, he would cover up for it, and where Harry is good. And the thing is, what Harry is good in, he is good in as well. Aerial duels. He's very good at that for his height.
The man basically 1 inch taller than me, and he was basically number one for aerial duels in his position.
Yeah. The man say, if I have to walk over dead bodies to do my job, I would do it. He said, when I go out there, I'm fighting for my family.
Exactly.
I'm telling you right now,
and that is a dangerous player. A man who fighting for his family.
Man, see, I fighting for my family.
Fighting for his bread and butter.
But I not coming here for no plating,
you all know that we are viewed by a lot of people all over the world. And we just want to take a little time to bask in this endorsement.
Hello, I am Sir Philip Graves, former Deputy Prime Minister and Acting Governor General of Barbados, and you are tuned in to the United Hour.
So,
I got some real big shoes to fill to live up to his legacy, though.
You understand? So, subscribe, and be part of the community. Yeah, guys. Well, let me ask you a question. It's not really United related, but Nunez seemed to be taking things off on a wrong foot. But what you all think about Haaland? You all think Haaland will ball this year?
I have a feeling that he's going to start off slow, but I still think he's going to score at least 15 goals this season.
in the league.
in the league.
Haaland could ball him. I feel he'll start off nice. And then when the physicality of the Premier League start to get him, your boy long.
Nope. So sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but yeah, leave this comment up here because I want to comment on this afterwards.
Yeah.
Iron all.
Yes.
Well, go ahead.
Haaland. But before you go, Haaland, for me, I don't see no middle ground with Haaland. I see either he balls to the wall or he'll be a big boss because the physicality of the Premier League is somewhat injury prone and our league is a bit faster. Even though his physical is a bit faster than most. So I think there'll be a lot of adjusting for him to do.
Yeah.
What he grew accustomed to being able to do in those lesser leagues, he would find it difficult to adjust in the beginning. And if he's not mentally strong enough, he would struggle with it for quite some time. So,
Yeah.
And you also had to remember
I'm saying he might start off
with a
with
lot of chances.
start off flying, and then when it start to get him, because you know these men are never in the Premier League. They don't take embarrassment and thing for long.
yeah, it's a man like Tyrone Mings. It's a man like
Yeah,
Tony.
they've been taking them things.
It's a man like oh God, this next tall big one by forget your name, yes. Yeah, we have a lot of big
Tarkovsky and them fellas.
Tarkovsky. Them fellas.
You understand?
Let me tell you something. I mean, the way I look at it, remember, he basically coming in there to replace a gap that was left by Sergio Aguero. With Sergio Aguero, you got the best of both worlds. You got someone who was direct, who was clinical, but at the same time could change up in his game. And if he had to go wide and cut in, he could still give you goals from those positions. Erling Haaland is more of a direct person, so he's going to rely on service. And if he does not take those chances, I see like probably maybe after 10 games, if it looks like he's struggling to really adapt to the league, the people will turn on him and call him a flop very quickly.
Yeah, and you know the rest of the world waiting to say it, right? Same way we did with Jack.
I say it right now.
If there are people waiting to say it in different languages, you know.
Hat-trick for Erling Haaland in his first game.
Who's the first game again?
Not the Italian Cup,
Not
the Community Shield, sorry. Not the Community Shield. The first game.
Yeah, they have a fairly easy first match, if I remember correct.
Of course, them and Liverpool. But yeah, fellas, talk to them about Martinez and Eriksen. Read out the comment first before you weigh.
Martinez and Eriksen went from excellent signings for other teams to garbage signings for Man United. The touting of the biased world media. You know, it's
Imagine my shock.
Exactly.
That man is a DJ who said that.
I don't really feel it's the media that is pushing that. I feel it's more
It's the rivals.
just trolls and people from other clubs. And it just further goes into United hated, adored, never ignored.
Yep.
Because like you heard so many people rooting for Eriksen before. Like after, like, yes, we're so happy to see you again afterwards. But the second Man United comes up, all of a sudden, oh no, he's too old. Oh no, watch out for his heart. Now he gonna end up dead. And I've heard all these different things about it now. And this alone is what I was talking about before, where I've started having selective filters now about what I view, or if I even need to respond to it and things like that. And so like this is the example of it now, because all it's gonna do is just aggravate me more. Like let me just focus on my club and do whatever. You can do whatever you want with your clubs. I'll keep tabs on it. But I am not going to go out of my way to comment about another club's player like that, the way people will comment about people as soon as they come to Man United.
No,
So it also says something which is kind of interesting. Even though United right now is not as good as they were in the past, they still have this pull with other clubs fans as well too. So that's
two words.
Well too.
Two words. Rent free.
Yeah, man who made that statement.
Yes.
We named DJ Inferno. He ain't gonna get our next gig for the rest of the year.
No,
You know he was being sarcastic, right?
He wasn't saying that. I see his opinion. I know he was saying
that's what's going on. That takes me back. That takes me back to back and forth I had with the Arsenal fan on Twitter. Then when I showed you the screenshots on this, the man jumped up and said, you think God would have given Eriksen a second chance on life to go to Manchester United? That was his statement. And I said, I was like, God gave you a brain, but you chose to support Arsenal. Go and ask for forgiveness. And I posted the screenshot of Eriksen signing for United.
Exactly.
I sent him that screenshot. You know what he man
Right
jump
now-
up and tell me after that? He come back and tell me, oh, go on. I'd look at my wife because she looks bored.
Right now,
All I
he have
have
an
to
appointment
say-
by the Wizard. You know.
All I
Wizard
have
on,
to say
they get
to
brain.
Greg is this.
Wicked, them wicked. I don't know how them so wicked. Why them so wicked? But I know so them wicked, them wicked.
Them Arsenal fans and them.
What's
When they
it?
beat Everton, one nobody
Had
in a
Martinez
preseason
gone,
game and
had Martinez
celebrating.
gone to Arsenal, he would have been an excellent signing. The whole,
And would that be
whole
the best
football
thing in the
world.
Premier League? Best
Yeah.
ball
All of a
that come into the
sudden, all of
Premier
a
League.
sudden,
Yeah.
they're trying to split it and say, like, we get finessed so that they can go for Zinchenko, like anybody wanted Zinchenko.
Yeah, but Zinchenko and the man they playing the same position. How that make
This is
sense?
just it. He
The argument don't make
getting
sense.
benched. Zinchenko is getting benched by City by João Cancelo, who's actually a right back. You getting benched by a man who not even playing in the natural position.
Which
What
side?
does that
Which
say?
side Zinchenko going to play on? Tierney side or on the
Well, apparently he's supposed to be Tierney's replacement.
Correct.
replacement? Tierney going somewhere?
Well, Tierney always injured, so they're saying they'll put him in the slot in that starting spot ahead of Tierney and let Tierney come off the bench.
Correct.
Okay.
I read that as well.
I just watched that and I said to them, I said, all those flavors and yet you chose to be salty.
Correct. So you telling me that a man who was Ajax player of the year, Ajax the team that win their league, a man who statistically is touted to be one of the best center backs in the world, in Europe, right now. We get finessed behind him for you to buy Zinchenko. Like, seriously? How does that
meant-
logic even
They meant smoking Sweden.
Before you said it? How is that even making sense to you? Do you actually believe what you're saying? Or you just
It's
want-
It's Arsenal fans, Darren. Does anything make sense coming out of their mouth?
I don't think this. Let me tell you something. You know, there's a statement when made by the Japanese general when they bombed Pearl Harbor. Now, Pearl Harbor was a success for the Japanese, right? They disabled the entire Atlantic fleet. But they, you know, that statement, you know, did we really win or did we just wake a sleeping giant? I think in a lot of fans' mind, in the back of their mind, they're like, boy, if United gets shit right, we in trouble. And we're not in trouble for one season.
And that way it is worrying them.
Them does be fearful of another dynasty because I think they tell themselves,
Chad,
United is a dynasty kind of club. They ain't gonna come and win once and pop down.
you talking about the rival teams. I just patiently waiting. I don't want to talk too fast. I just patiently waiting to see because the team that we have on paper is a bomb. People don't understand how good this team is, and this team is, seasons prior.
I remember what you said. There's still time for other signings to be made. So this team can only get better.
Correct. If you look at the seasons past, we had a lot of managerial issues and administrative and executive issues. We finally get a manager with a big pair of balls that know what has to be done. The man he actually is a manager. We had a something resembling a manager in Ole, and well, Ralph, that's a polarizing situation. Yeah, we finally get a man with a philosophy, with a direction, who demands that things go a particular way, from the executive above him to the people beneath him. Finally having someone like that, using the talents that we have, using the guns in the arsenal. I am really, really sorry for the rest of the footballing world once we start to get it right. I just patiently.
And that is what a lot of teams are afraid of him.
I say no, it's about time because to me, like, yes, we went through our rough patch right now, but what I told people is we found out who the real fans are now, and that's what I keep saying. Because how does the saying go again? We keep the red flag flying high because Man United will never die. Don't worry, we coming.
I prefer to use the Cantona quote. I prefer to use the Cantona quote. You can change your wife, you can change your politics, you can change your religion, but you'll never change your football club.
But we've done it before. We have literally risen from the ashes before to come back and become a force. It's coming. So
3 times.
I am not.
I prefer to use my quote. All of them mother's neck. Yeah.
I don't say Chad gotta meet you just now. I was like, nah, man.
Yeah. When they see me reach back, when they see me come, all of them mother's neck and the frightened.
You know what my favorite part would be? Like not looking too far ahead, but once we get back there and you see all these fans like, oh yeah, I stuck it through the thing, and then you start pulling up old tweets, things that they said before back, and they really
you'll be like, this you? Is this you?
Yeah, exactly.
No, listen, it have United fans who take
Correct.
joy in trolling the said club that they supported, you know. And that's peeved me. How could you be a supporter and so comfortably and regularly just trolling your own club?
The other ones, the ones who you never see for all, but except for like maybe 1 or 2 matches a season, they start winning again, and all of a sudden they show up for all the matches, and they have all the gear.
Yeah.
And I'm watching them like, look at this clown.
So I'm in some groups with multiple different fan bases, and when I talk in any group, everybody tell me, boy, United ain't good. Stay quiet. I'm like, no, I will not be silenced, brother. United is great. We will come back. So what, you want me to just speak only when we winning? No, you gotta be proud even when you're losing. Come on.
Exactly.
So the one good thing that I would say about this now is that because of this now, when you start seeing all these fair weather fans, when you start seeing the real fans show who the true fans, now I have direct access to any match I want to go to because of this happens. So when we start getting back up to where we're supposed to be, guess what? All those matches, guess who's getting first dibs on all those tickets? Okay? Old Trafford as well too. Don't worry, it's coming.
It's called chess, not checkers.
Exactly.
Don't worry, Devin. I'll call it for the World Cup.
Yeah, that's something I want to do that for my anniversary because I want to carry Keisha up as well too. So that's a plan I definitely want to try.
That's actually I want to do it for myself.
Yeah, I think that'll be something I want to put on for like when I hit 10 years because I'm trying to save up some funds in the meantime now. So that milestone be something be like, yeah, we up there.
United has always come true for birthdays, weddings, and anniversaries. When people
I keep telling people this, it's like everything that's happened in my life is kind of synonymous to everything that's happened in Manchester United. When I sat covered at Trent in '99, they had the treble. I got baptized with my dad in 2008. They won the Champions League again. I got engaged in 2013. We won our 20th league title. So it's like, come on, man.
I can remember for like 4 or 5 years in a row for my birthday, we played on my birthday. And we won the game. And then on the day I was getting married, we were losing 2-0 to City and came back and win 3-2.
Oh, that day was so glorious. That day.
Oh my God.
You can't leave your wife, right?
Never.
That RP Avenue was. Remember when we were at RP Avenue? That was a scene. We were in that bar. It was like everything. I came in there halftime.
That day was that the City fans were, because if they had won that day, they would have won the title.
They would have won the league. Yeah.
And they were all already celebrating beforehand, and all this stuff. And halftime came.
Let me tell you, it was like every fan that we knew from rival teams were almost in that bar that day too. I saw Chelsea fans, I saw Arsenal fans, I saw Liverpool fans were like just ready to just pile it out and laugh at us. When they saw Pogba score that double and then they saw Smalling score the winner, I just watched all of them. I was just going around like this, like.
Yeah, man, couldn't say nothing that in.
Watch it now.
What you gonna say? I wanted that smoke from everyone. I was just like,
talk about Scream. I will never, as long as I live, forget I did.
But you know what the worst part about that was, talking about the Jekyll and Hyde of Man United. You go from that and then they lose the next freaking game right after that.
Of all the teams to West Brom.
I know. Yeah, like that. It was like you play so well for that half. You come out like that. You have Anna Herrera spitting on the Chris, and that was like the cup final for the season because after that, it just imploded. And I'm like, what happened?
Couldn't even carry that kind of momentum to win the FA Cup self. I'm like, God, man.
That day, man, City fans run for me that day. I didn't see them for about a weekend.
I knew a guy who was just supporting City, I know a guy who just supported City because he was a Leeds fan and his team wasn't in the championship. So I was like, I went to Unit Trust where he was working. I was just like, let me hear you. Let me get my money.
And one City fan called me after that game. He said, "Oh God, boy, I calling you before you call me."
Yeah.
I said, "No."
Because it's Poggy running from. It's Poggy running from.
Yeah.
We searching for all of them. We want all the smoke.
Yeah,
See,
they had all kinds about it. They had all kinds about.
I want all the smoke. I looking for you.
Boy.
Yeah.
City fans run from that day, man.
We've had.
I ain't talked to my father for about a week. Can't get him at all.
we about that time. We about our way inside looking to shut it down. But Manchester United is playing again on Tuesday.
Bright and early.
So,
We're playing Crystal Palace, I believe, right?
Yeah,
But
playing
it's not,
Crystal Palace.
it's not a full strength Crystal Palace side, so don't forget that as well too.
Well, yes, that is true. And for people who are wondering why it's not a full-fledged, full-strength Crystal Palace side, is because there are a number of Crystal Palace players that have refused to take the jab.
Oh.
And that is why also when Crystal Palace go to the States to play Liverpool, they would not
short-handed too.
They will be short-handed as well, because Australia is very strict. Even Djokovic, the number one tennis player in the world, got arrested in Australia, and he was prevented from going.
I'm not taking the choke.
Prevented from going to play the US Open because he has refused as well to take the jab. He's like, I'm not taking none. So I just think,
why would you agree to go on a tour and you know your players need to be vaccinated? Not that.
Well, remember, tours is money is a lot of different things. You know, so the players that can't make it, they will just stay in England and train until the team is back.
Oh, well, whatever. I guess it's good exposure for the French.
Ericsson and Martinez remaining in
I
England.
think they sent a WhatsApp pump to the Liverpool team
Oh, Lord.
to drain Darwin Nunez's knee from that big swingy swing there and miss.
Yeah, I read what any names yours.
What? WhatsApp pump.
I keep telling people Darwin Nunez is the Uruguayan Romelu Lukaku.
Well, let's see. You could imagine Nunez and Palestri go to the World Cup and Palestri end up scoring more goals than him.
That's would be so damn funny.
Right now, me no. Is that working for him right now?
The man was just, man. The man was just.
Yeah, but right now it's not working for him.
It's like that post I saw at Rui Costa. He said yeah, better strikers in the team. When they see Liverpool bet about 100 million, he's like, wow.
A man thought that when he saw Old Talk United that it was Ole Talk, and we know that is something that would catch
Ole Talk.
Yeah, especially people who are not from the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Right? So it was not intentional, you know, but it's not Ole Talk.
It's what you would call a colloquialism. It's basically a part of the jargon of Trinidadians around here. So that, you know, we spell it old, but
Caribbean.
Our part.
Yeah,
Caribbean people on the whole.
Yeah. It's a Caribbean thing. Yeah.
So, you know, is Old Talk United, and it is welcome to the virtual bar, Hot Skull. Every Sunday,
bring drinks and come.
You bring a drink to sit down and we chat about Manchester United and football and whatever else.
And now that you've been educated, you can buy the next round for us.
Yeah, the next 2 rounds.
People really took me serious here. Oh, the Albion Lukaku with a ponytail.
Oh, man, not going in on the man already. Nobody, man.
I mean, it must be too early to say this, but the man could be the modern day Andy Carroll.
Yeah. The man missed boy.
I mean, I not lying to tell you. I hope the man popped down for more than one reason. One, obviously, is Liverpool is a rival. But also, you know, the first time they jump out that kind of money for a player and he popped down, I think that would be great.
And it also would be
And 3, the fact that we wanted him and Liverpool rushed to get him and he bust.
No,
That would be-
we wanted them at 60. We
Yeah,
wanted
no.
them at 60.
Yes,
We
if
wasn't
that
paying
you
no more
play
than that.
fast
And Benfica got greedy.
just because they play fast and push around and get him and he turned out to be a boss to make it even sweeter.
Yeah,
And
Glass
a
is good.
fourth reason as well too. A fourth reason is the fact that club said that they would never pay that much money for a
Yes, correct.
That too.
So, gentlemen,
Yeah,
what
the
are
world
your
has to spend on
parting
teams who spend
words?
big money on players.
Before I ask that, did anybody see Rashford on the LeBron's YouTube show?
No, I didn't get to see it yet.
I haven't watched the full episode yet.
Okay. Well, I'll be
Hey,
honest with you,
Devin send me a link because I was looking for the other. I just can't remember what it was. Just send me a link when
Rashford
you
on
get
what?
Here,
on
I'm-
LeBron's
has
YouTube
a-
channel.
He has a YouTube show. What is it? Something in barbershop. Uninterrupted in the barbershop.
Let me get.
Yeah.
Send me the link.
Yeah.
Send that link. I ain't see that.
And Rashford was on there, and he was asked by one of
Uninterrupted.
no, every week it'll have different people. Like there was one week with Jay-Z, and they're different people. Normally about 5 or 6 of them in this barbershop getting a trim, and they're just talking like normal barbershop vibes. And one of the guys asked Rashford if there was any club that he hated, and Rashford said
Liverpool
he really don't like Liverpool.
and City.
He said
it.
he said City.
There's a
He
club
said
going
City
around.
just because it's a City rival, but he don't really hate City per se, but really actually can't stand Liverpool.
No, what he said also though, Chad. He said he don't like City, but there's not really much of a reason to hate City, but he just don't like City. But Liverpool, because of the long-standing rivalry that we have with Liverpool.
And
Forever and
people
ever.
have to remember as well, Marcus Rashford grew up in Manchester, so the Manchester derby would be even more significant to him
It'll be
than it
personal.
would be to say us.
Mancunian, born and bred. Yeah.
Yeah. Good afternoon to Grell. Grell, you're walking in the bar when it's time for men to jump out, boy, Grell, boy. Men looking to leave the bar, you know, coming in.
Let him just pay money.
You gotta buy the last
Put on
rounds.
for the
Grell.
next
You gotta
round.
buy the last rounds.
Yeah, boy. Come on, man.
So, gentlemen, parting words. Let's start from the bottom. Let's start with Mark.
Yeah, well, people, all the Manu fans that break the glass already and panicking, we just stay calm now. Good things will happen. Chad said 21 loading. 21 is loading. Let me stay calm and wait and see what this season brings. And for all the Arsenal fans that and Chelsea fans that celebrating them pre-season victories, come on, only come down from there. It's just pre-season. You understand? Because United fans in boasting about nothing, and we win 2 pre-season games, 4-0 and 4-1.
Hot skull terrible.
We're not
now.
boasting. So all they need to come down from there. And if all they stay up, they hope nobody can cut down the tree all they upon. You understand? But for all and all,
just putting out a
great
cardinal-
things happen this season.
Thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Trevor. Thank
Trevor
you.
put out a
Thank you,
cardinal
Trevor. Yeah,
statement
thank you,
in
Trevor.
that speech, boy.
Yeah, just be mindful.
Yeah.
We in the words of Black Panther, we don't do that here.
Go ahead, Darren.
Yeah, all I really want to say to all United fans, keep the faith. Let's consciously try to work on this PTSD that we have as it pertains to our club. Things are getting better, and we need to start believing it and functioning as fans of a club that is functional. Yes, we haven't played an official season game, but we could see the results from the preseason. You can see the results from the business we're doing in the transfer window. We can see the results in the aura that they're getting from coming out of the camp. You know, all the players are actually functioning, they're looking happier, they're moving better. So, I mean, let's be a fan base of a club that is actually functional and stop carrying this negative energy with us. That those days are behind us, you know, and when we start winning again, let's continue being the fans that everybody loves to hate. Let's remind them that they should never, ever take God out of the church and disrespect United. Yeah.
Devin?
Trevor, echoing your sentiments that way.
Good things take time. The fans need to stop commenting and panicking every single time one thing goes wrong. There's going to be growing pains along the way. Yes, you'll have some success, you'll have some failures along the way. What was it that Michael Jordan said? He's failed over and over and over again in his life, and that's why he's successful. So relax. It's going to take time. Stop panicking over every single little thing. Like what? Like I fear when Ten Hag loses for his game, all the trolls are going to be going out left and right. But don't worry, it is coming. You can see it. You can see like the change in the way the players are playing and performing. They're running more. They look fitter. Like yes, it is coming. It's something brewing, but it's going to take time, and people need to start learning patience again. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Greg?
I believe that's basically like the watchword of the day for Manchester United fans: patience, because it's something that we've been severely lacking for some time. I understand that we've been frustrated for over a decade because of the people that were running the club and the way it was being run, but even from the way that Richard Arnold and John Murtough are operating right now, you can see that these guys have a mindset of, what, this has gone on for far too long. Nothing is going to change overnight, and people need to remember that, because when it's all said and done, when you start riding a bike, when you start driving a car, when you start doing anything for the first time in your life, you're not going to get it right, and you're not going to execute it flawless.
Yeah, you're going to fall.
If you do, you're one of the lucky ones. But at the same time, it's a reminder for all of us that everything, when it's gradually being done, it falls into place.
Yeah, that's still
Manchester United is trying to change the way that they operate in the transfer market. Erik ten Hag is trying his best to change the way that they operate on the field. Even in the small intricacies in the ways that he has this team trying to play, he's seen the mistakes. He's commented about the mistakes, and the people know, hey, I like what I saw, but it's not what I want yet. So the fact that he's trying to be very meticulous in the way that he handles the structure and the team play, that in itself fills me with some sort of enthusiasm and optimism about what's coming going forward. And once everything clicks,
oh boy,
scary hours, but not for us.
And I'm glad to see people being very optimistic. All I have to say to the United supporters that are acting like United haters is this.
wow.
Tune.
You heading out?
Dad, I never see that side of you, boy. You're going on, really? You're
Yeah.
savage, boy. Who's that one, boy?
And as he always says when we close off, Chad, what we always say, Red Devils, we don't die.
We multiply.
The rest of the week, people.
Multiply.